So, welcome back for the next module. Students, so last class we have seen one problem in that we have found out the center distance of the worm and worm wheel, then efficiency and maximum efficiency. Now today we'll see another problem. A three-start worm has a pitch diameter of 80 mm and a pitch of 20 mm. It rotates at 750 rpm and drives a 40-tooth worm gear. If coefficient of friction is 0.06, you have to find number 1 helix angle of worm, number 2 the speed of gear, number 3 center distance, number 4 efficiency, number 5 lead angle for maximum efficiency, and number 6 maximum efficiency. So it was asked in 2001 exam for 10 marks. Now after reading the problem, write down the given quantity. So here it is given 3 start worm, so that means n is equal to 3, and already I told you that for worm we have to use two notations and for worm gear we have to use one notation. So number of starts, so n equal to 3, that is nothing but t2, that is 3. Which circle diameter of worm is given, that is d2, 80 mm, therefore r2 is 40 mm. Axial pitch of worm is given, so pa equal to 20 mm, and speed of the worm is also given, n2, that is equal to 750 rpm. Number of teeth on worm gear, so it is given. So it is worm gear, number of teeth on worm gear, so that is T1, that is equal to 40. Coefficient of friction mu 0.06. So from that we can calculate friction angle, that is phi. So phi equal to tan inverse mu. So tan inverse 0.06, nothing but 3.43 degree. Now we will start the solution. So first we will find out lead angle of worm. So tan del equal to L upon pi d2. So what is L? L is nothing but lead, so that is equal to n into Pa upon pi d2. So 3 into 20 upon pi into 80. So take tan inverse, we will get del is equal to 13.42 degree. So this del is nothing but alpha 1, already we have seen. So del equal to alpha 1 equal to 13.42 degree. Now next, helix angle of worm is alpha 1 plus alpha 2 equal to 90 degree. So alpha 2, because we know that the alpha 1 plus alpha 2 is always equal to 90. So alpha 2 equal to 90 minus alpha 1. So 90 minus 13.42, we will get 76.27 degree. Now next, gear ratio. Gear ratio is N2 by N1 and that is equal to T1 by T2. So 40 by 3. So N2 by N1 equal to 40 by 3. Now N2 is given, so we can easily calculate N1. So N1 is 56.25 rpm. We have to check the answers, solve in the calculator. Now center distance of worm gearing, so here equal to mt2 by 2 t1 tan del plus t2. This formula we have already seen in the derivation. Now putting the value, so t1 we know, del we know, t2 is also we know. Here mt2 we have to calculate, so module mt2 is equal to d2 by t2, so 80 by 3, so that is equal to 26.67. See here transverse module in worm and worm gear, also transverse module we have to use. Now therefore, after putting this value, all these value in these equations, we get center distance 167.25 mm. Now we have to find out the efficiency and maximum efficiency. Now when worm is a driver, then for maximum efficiency condition is alpha 1 is equal to theta minus phi divided by 2. But alpha 1 is nothing but del. So that is equal to, so theta minus phi divided by 2, 90 minus 3.43 divided by 2. So alpha 1 is equal to del equal to 43.28. Therefore, efficiency of worm gearing when worm is a driver. When worm is a driver. So we are seeing when worm is a driver. So efficiency equal to tan del upon tan of del plus pi. So putting this value of del and pi, we will get efficiency 78.78% when worm is a driver. And maximum efficiency is beta max equal to 1 minus sin pi upon 1 plus sin pi. So putting this value, we will get 88.70%. Students, please here carefully see that there are two cases. You have to find out efficiency when worm is a driver. You have to find out efficiency when wormmeal is a driver. So accordingly, you have to use the formula. The formula we have seen already in the that theory discussion. In the derivation, we have already studied that. Now, next one is bevel gears. So this is, you can say, the last topic from this unit. Now these gears are generally used for transferring the motion between two intersecting shafts. So, and these two intersecting shafts making an angle of 90 degree between them. So here angle is 90 degree between the two shafts, but these shafts are intersecting. So bevel gears are used for transferring the motion between two intersecting shafts. Now here some terminology we have to see in the bevel gear. So here such type of gears are there. So this is one gear, see the shape. This is another gear. I have just extended this line, dotted line, but this is the gear part. This is the gear part. So here some terminology we have to see. So first one is pitch cone. So it is the cone containing the pitch elements of the teeth. These cones roll without slipping when they are in peripheral contact with each other. Now second is cone center. So cone center is nothing but the point or apex where the axis of the two mating gears intersect each other. Next one is pitch circle diameter denoted by capital D. The diameter of pitch circle at the large end of the teeth is called as pitch circle diameter. Now see here, this is the large end of the teeth. So it is known as pitch circle diameter. Okay, so radius is, now this is the pitch circle diameter of here, that's why dg by 2. So radius is rg, like this. Here also large end, so it is dp. So dp by 2, radius is dp by 2. Now pitch cone angle, now this is denoted by gamma. It is the angle subtended by the pitch cone element with the axis of the gear. Next one is shaft angle theta. So theta is always 90 degree. So it is the angle between the intersecting axis of the bevel gears. That is the summation of the pitch cone angles of the pinion, that is gamma p, and pitch cone angle of gear, that is gamma g. So gamma p plus gamma g is nothing but theta, and that is always equal to 90 degree. Here students, you write down this equation. So tan gamma p is nothing but Rp upon Rg, that is dp by 2 upon dg by 2. So Rp means radius of pinion of bevel gear, and Rg means radius of gear wheel of bevel gear. So that is nothing but T1 by T2. Here tan gamma g equal to Rg upon Rp. So that is T2 by T1. Next, pitch cone distance. So it is the length of the pitch cone element from the pitch circle to the apex. So pitch cone distance is length of the pitch cone element from the pitch circle to the apex. So pitch cone distance equal to under root of dg by 2 bracket square plus dp by 2 bracket square. Now back cone. Back cone is nothing but it is an imaginary cone and its elements are perpendicular to the elements of the pitch cone. Back cone angle, that is beta. It is the angle between the element of the back cone and the axis of the gear. Next one is face width. Back cone angle denoted by beta and face width is denoted by small b. So face width is the length of the gear teeth measured along the pitch cone element. Pitch width is the length of the gear teeth measured along the pitch cone element. Next one is mean radius, that is RM. So this mean radius is very important as far as bevel gear is concerned. It is the pitch radius of the bevel gear along the face width, but at the midpoint of the teeth. Again, it is the pitch radius of the bevel gear along the face width, but at the midpoint of the teeth. See here, this is the face width B, and this is the mean radius RM. So RM is here. It is the pitch radius of the bevel gear along the face width, but at the midpoint of the teeth. So this is the mean radius RM up to here. Here also, here, this is RM. Okay. So remaining is we can calculate Bayesian relation. So it is B by 2 sin gamma g. Here B by 2 sin gamma p. So this is a pinion. This is a gear. Now one shaft having the axis and another shaft is having axis. These are exactly perpendicular. To transmit the power between these two shafts, these bevel gears are used. These bevel gears are used generally in differential gearbox of an automobile. This is used in differential gearbox of an automobile. Now pitch cone angles of the bevel gears. So we have to see pitch cone angles of the bevel gear. So step by step we will see this derivation, and that we will see in the next class.